It is 20 after the hour. Thank you for joining us.
I was a highwayman. Along the coach roads I did.
I'm Alex Jones, your host. We're here every Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. with an abbreviated version of my weekday radio transmission / TV that we simulcast at prisonplanet.tv. Look, I'm going to take a bunch of your calls. Steve, Jim, Troy, Kelly, George. I'm going to take a bunch of your phone calls in this segment into the next. Then I'm going to get into all this flu news I haven't covered yet. But several program notes. Charlie Sheen wrote a letter to President Obama concerning questions about 9/11. One of them is the fact that the New York Times, the Washington Post have written stories. Many of the 9/11 Commission members have written books. John Farmer, the head counsel for the commission, said it was a criminal cover-up, a fraud, a conspiracy. And if 6 of the 10 commission members are saying it's a fraud, a cover-up, a lie, shouldn't there be a new investigation? So Charlie and I had the idea to have a competition. $14,000 prize to first place, $1,000 to second place, $500 for third place. To take the script of that letter to the president, 20 Minutes with the President, spell it out, 20minuteswiththepresident.com, or there's a big banner up on Infowars.com on the right-hand side. And you had a month to make videos any way you wanted with that script. And we've gotten hundreds of entries. Really good ones have been pouring in the last few days. I've been battling to watch them all. It'll take a week or so for Charlie to watch all of these. Tonight is the deadline. Now, as long as we get your video, tonight, or if we missed it, email it to us again. We're going to be watching them in the next few days and posting them at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com and at 20minuteswiththepresident.com. We will now judge them. But tonight is the cutoff date. As long as your video is on YouTube and says that the 15th of November was when you posted it, you made it into the contest. So get it in tonight. And Charlie will judge them. He'll judge first place. I'll judge second and third place. It'll take us. Charlie's a really busy guy with his TV show and some movies he's shooting right now. But he wants to watch them all. He's going to watch them. It'll probably be next week. Towards the end of the week or next week, I'll contact the winners. We got to get a hold of them, get Charlie together. It's like herding cats, as they say. We'll get everybody together. We're going to have you on the radio. Have the winners on the radio with Charlie Sheen, at least the first place winner. But we've got to judge them. I got a few I'm looking at that I'm guessing Charlie's going to pick, but who knows which one he'll pick for first place. I get to pick second and third place. So the email to send in your entries is Sheen@Infowars.com. Sheen@Infowars.com. And he reads that email as well. And that's very, very exciting. Also, lastly, the first run of the Obama deception is now part of history. The second run has a new cover, Fall of the Republic, my new documentary film that shows how Obama violated Article 1, Section 9 of the U.S. Constitution by seating himself at the head of the United Nations Security Council, thus becoming the first U.S. president to chair the world body. It covers the globalist takeover in their own words, their own documents, world government, how the world government will operate, what the Copenhagen Treaty means, the gun control, the open borders, the brainwashing, the police state, how the banks engineered the financial collapse, how they run the world government. Fall of the Republic. I'll give the TV viewers a close shot here on the document cam. Order the DVD today at Infowars.com. We've got some great discounts when you order it. You can get it with Aaron Russo's Reflections and Warnings, the film I made with Aaron Russo, of the interview with Aaron Russo. That's free in some of the combo deals. So again, a lot of combos, a lot of specials. Give the gift of truth this holiday season, this Christmas. Give people the films, and your purchase also supports this radio show and what we're doing here. If you don't have internet or don't like to order stuff over the internet, you can call toll free 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139, a huge online video bookstore at Infowars.com. Let's jam in some calls in the rest of this segment. Next segment, then I'm getting into the latest big flu developments. Steve in Michigan, you're on the air. Thanks for holding.
Thanks for taking my call.
Good to hear from you.
I have a question and a comment.
Go ahead.
And a comment, if I can get to both of them, please.
Go ahead.
My question is, Deputy Director, Counterterrorism, John O'Neill, the one that was murdered, he, in the film, he claimed that there was bill or a law passed by the Clinton and Bush administration that stopped them from going after Al-Qaeda and
Yes.
the bin Ladens.
Yes.
I cannot find that. Is there any kind of a link I could find that PDF file or some kind of document?
John O'Neill, in the 6 months before, he was the former head of counterterrorism. He quit the FBI and went public, and he was interviewed by the London Independent and by several other papers. And there was also, this is all in my film, Road to Tyranny, from that I released in February of 2002. And in there, we have the New Yorker magazine talking about him. And they did an article. And he went to the British news mainly. It was even stronger than the few papers in the U.S. and magazines like New Yorker magazine. He said they're going to let bin Laden attack America as a pretext to attack Afghanistan. And then he was hired by the security company that was run by Marvin Bush, and his first day of work in the towers was 9/11. So,
Right.
And then they reported they found his uncharred body. Then they said they found his charred body. A lot of different weird reports, but he did die in the towers.
But is there any documenting proof to his claim, though? I mean, as far as not.
Well, sir, I mean, he was the FBI. He was a deputy director. They have more than one. He was the head of counterterrorism. I mean, he's a very credible person. He gave those interviews. So, look, I appreciate your call. Stephen Butler told the Sacramento Bee, the San Jose Mercury News, and the AP a month after 9/11. He won't do interviews now. He was threatened. He said, I don't know what happened with 9/11, but Muhammad Atta and others were trained at our bases and were trained at the military base that he was the head of. He was the dean of the Defense Language School in Monterey, California. I mean, it was in Newsweek that hijackers were trained at U.S. bases. That's what the 9/11 Commission has talked about being the fraud. I mean, that's the point. We don't know exactly what happened on 9/11. We just know it stinks to high heaven and was used to launch all these wars and take our freedoms. It's also been all over the foreign media now that the U.S. government is protecting Taliban and al-Qaeda in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Remember the Times of London? Early 2002, this is in my film Road to Tyranny, the screenshots of the newspaper headlines, that 6,000 Taliban and al-Qaeda cream, that was in the different articles, that term cream, the commanders. Every time our troops would capture them, they were ordered to release them and fly them out to safety on C-130s into Pakistan. I mean, don't forget that al-Qaeda and Taliban were founded by the United States. Don't forget to attack the Russians. Don't forget that Jimmy Carter's national security advisor, Zbigniew Brzezinski, has written 2 books bragging how in '79 he created these groups to attack the Russians out of Afghanistan, to get the Russians to invade Afghanistan. They were using Afghanistan as a base to attack Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and other Russian-influenced areas. It's like Saddam Hussein was CIA. Mussolini was CIA. Hitler was CIA. We'll be right back after this break. They create the boogeymen. They use Muslim extremists to overthrow Iran in '53.